Support comes from the Missouri Forest Products Association. Missouri produces wood pallets, railroad ties, white oak barrels, hardwood floors, and more. Details on the variety of products made in the state are at choosewood.com.
Time now for our monthly hit list from the folks at Sauce Magazine. That's a listing of hot new restaurants in the area, as usual, reflecting a wide range of prices as well as food. This time we're joined by managing editor Heather Hughes and art director Mira Nagarajan. I sat down with them yesterday and noted to Mira that there is a distinctly international flavor to this month's list.
The first one I wanted to talk about was the Benevolent King. So we're headed to Morocco in Maplewood. And the Benevolent King, it opened in April at 7268 Manchester Road. And it's the latest restaurant from restaurateur and chef Ben Paremba. So you may know his other restaurants in Botanical Heights like Olio, Elia, Nixta, also Parigi and Clayton. And what I love about this restaurant is that it's really a beautiful, intimate space. I love a tiny restaurant. And it's got a black and gold color theme. So it's romantic, sophisticated. There's fun music. It's a good atmosphere. And because the menu is Moroccan-inspired, we tried a harissa smoked sturgeon. And we also had some citrus marinated olives. And I really liked it. I think there's a lot of shareable small plates. There's a few entrees on the menu. And they have a really big cocktail menu. So Tony Saputo is their bartender there. He used to be at Eclipse at the Moonrise Hotel. And he used to be at Layla in the Grove also. And I tried a riff on a daiquiri. So it was a rum-based drink with a bitter finish. And it's just a really fun place. I think when I go back, I see it as the type of place where you go to graze and linger and chat and have a drink. It's not like a 3-course fancy dinner, but more laid back.
Moroccan cuisine not very well known, I don't think, to the general public.
I don't think so, but I think, again, I feel like every bite has these kind of bright, intense flavors. Like preserved lemon is super salty and citrusy, and olives are briny, and it's got that every dish has that burst of bright flavor.
You can see that in the magazine and the picture that you feature there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's exactly right.
Heather, we're staying international with the next pick.
Yep, now we're headed over to China, but actually it's more the phrase that Good Fortune uses on their branding is New American Chinese. So it's Chinese flavors, but in an Americanized twist. It's not just your normal takeout box American Chinese. It's more small plates, sort of fine dining edge, fancy Chinese American food. This is by the owners Corey Small and chef Ryan McDonald. Corey Small, people might recognize his name. He was one of the co-owners of Strange Donuts, so all of their intense branding, that was his former position. And then Ryan McDonald was formerly at Bird and Barrel, and before that he was at Truffles Butchery and I think Juniper. So these are people who've been around town for a while and have wanted to open this place for a couple years, actually. They announced in April 2016 that they were going to open this place. So it's been a long road, but we were really happy to go and try it and see that they really followed up on all of that hype. So instead of beef and broccoli from your takeout box, they have a dish called beef and brassica. It's a hunk of fall-apart tender braised meat. It's just, you touch it with your fork and it disintegrates. It's really, really good. And that's served with broccolini, big pieces of broccoli that are cooked to al dente tenderness. There's got a bite to it. And that's served in a pool of savory beef jus. So it has Chinese flavors and spices, but it doesn't look like, a big pile of American Chinese food. They also have more straight-ahead pork dumplings, and they have fermented vegetables that are inspired by kimchi, but it take less time. They're less funky, more approachable. And also, like the Benevolent King, it's a small dining room. It's only 28 seats. There are a handful of bar stools when you walk in, and there's a small bar, and then you have to walk around the whole kitchen to get to the back, so it feels kind of intimate and nice. It's a really great space, and all of the food is really, really well done. They also have a drink program, a few beers and wines, and then cocktails they have a few tiki things. I tried a Mai Tai that was really good. And something called a jungle bird made with rum, Campari, and pineapple that was really tart and sweet and really nice. So a great place. It is packed. So I think they are on no wait, which is the best way to get a table there. I went one of the first weeks they opened, and I didn't give myself time, so I ended up waiting for a long time. But if you get on no wait, it's an app you can download. It shouldn't be too hard.
Sounds delicious. And Mira, another restaurant for the Hill.
Yes. Well, sort of. So Anthony Devote is the chef and owner at 5 Bistro on the Hill, and they rebranded their restaurant to be Jade Devote Trattoria. So if you've been to 5 Bistro before, it's a farm-to-table restaurant. They're very committed to working with local farmers. They're very, they have their garden in the back where they grow a lot of their own produce. They're just really careful and thoughtful about that. And they're still going to maintain that. And it has a bit of an Italian influence still. So they'll still be doing their house-made pastas and their house-made charcuterie. But now they're going to incorporate a happy hour, which they didn't used to do. And they updated their interior a little bit. And I think they're going to try to make it not as much fine dining and buttoned up, a little bit more laid back. He has 2 young kids. It's a family restaurant. And so think like a while back in the Grove, Anthony used to have a restaurant called Newstead Pub, which I used to love. And they did trivia nights, and it was super fun and laid back. And they did this burger there that had this cult following. I think it was off the menu. I can't be sure about that. But they're going to be doing a burger at J. Devote Trattoria. So if you have a love and a memory of that burger at Newstead, you can have it again, or a version similar to it, I believe. And they're also going to be doing cocktail specials, so classics, Negronis, Dark and Stormies, and they're also going to do pizza by the slice. And so a lot of things that they did at 5 Bistro is like from scratch, really thoughtful, made by hand, everything. And they do a sourdough, I think, that they're making for their pizza. So, and small bites too, like deviled turkey eggs, because he works with these amazing farmers who, have all these great products like that. So I think it's going to be, I feel like a lot of times 5 Bistro got pegged into this birthday, wedding anniversary, special occasion situation. And I think they're trying to make sure that, you could come here anytime and have really great farm-to-table experience in a low-key, kind of laid-back atmosphere.
Yeah, well, you've sold me. It sounds great. And then we move across the ocean, across the world.
Back again. Yes, Kin Essentially Thai opened downtown. It's by some of the owners of Fork and Sticks, which people may know is right off the Loop. That's a favorite. And it is the same dependably awesome Thai food. The menu's pretty similar. And it's right around the corner from the MX building on 7th. So a good spot for lunch if you work downtown. The interior is a little swankier than Fork and Sticks. They have super tall ceilings, and they have these hanging wooden sticks, like a fixture, sort of like a mobile that looks really nice. So when we went, I had to get the khao soi. It's my absolute favorite. That's a northern Thai curry soup dish that has really springy noodles. It has rich coconut, and it's pretty tangy. It has pickled mustard greens in it, and is topped with crunchy fried noodles. It's so good. It's just as good as Fork and Sticks. So that's definitely a reason to go. But we also tried to branch out from the stuff I usually get. The larb gai is something that was awesome. It's spicy, herbal ground chicken dish. It's a starter. It sounds like it's just ground meat on a plate, and it kind of is, but it tastes really, really good. Really spicy and flavorful and great. And then another dish that I hadn't tried before was the hung lei, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but
sounds right to me.
Something along those lines. Is also a curry dish, but this one's made with incredibly tender pieces of pork shoulder and pork belly. The meat in this was just incredible. Again, fall apart nice, which for pork belly and pork shoulder isn't always the case. Sometimes you can overdo it and it's either dry or it's super chewy and gristly, but this was just right in a very earthy, like brown curry sauce. complemented by fresh ginger and crushed peanuts. I couldn't recommend it more. So this is going to be my next favorite lunch spot. It's a little closer. I don't live too close to the Loop, so we were very pleased to see them opening downtown.
We also tried a green curry there that was really good
Yes.
with tofu. I think it was vegan, and it was awesome.
Yeah, you can get your choice of proteins with that. It's also really fresh, really flavorful, and spicy. It's good.
And Mira, there's a new presence in the Central West End.
Well, yeah, there's a new place called Rush Bowl. So if smoothies and parfaits are your thing, you will like Rush Bowls. They do smoothie bowls. So basically think a smoothie that they pour into a bowl and they top it with a bunch of things like granola, honey, and you can get fresh cut fruit on top if you want. It's very Instagrammable. So I feel like when I scroll through my feed, I see a smoothie bowl like every day.
Yeah.
It's a franchise, and the Central West End is their first location in St. Louis. And when we went, we tried their Summit Bowl, which is made with acai, which is a South American berry. I guess it's a cross between, flavor-wise, a grape and a blueberry. And it's this vibrant purple color. And it's supposed to have all these amazing health benefits, but it's also pretty. So if no other reason, it looks cute. And it had strawberry also in it, cherry, vanilla, and they topped it with granola. We also tried their Caught in the Rain smoothie that had pineapple, strawberry, shaved coconut, and pineapple juice. But there's a ton of options. If you don't like this or you like that, you can customize it however you like, and it's nutritious, so you can feel good about all your choices.
And Heather, if you don't want to go to a restaurant for whatever reason, there's always the handy food truck.
Yes, Food Truck Friday, the first of the season, is coming on May 11th, Friday, from 4 to 8 p.m. in Tower Grove Park. It's our favorite event. We can't wait for it to start every year, and hopefully we'll see you all there.
Bring your dogs, bring your kids.
Yes, bring some blankets.
Family event.
And bring an appetite.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, ladies.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Don.
Thanks to Mira Nagarajan and Heather Hughes of Sauce Magazine.
Support comes from the Missouri Forest Products Association, committed to conservation and careful management of the state's forests to make them more resilient and better habitats for wildlife. ChooseWood.com.